all living in a world gone geek. It's time to geek hard or go home. The podcast is real. Here's your host, Grounded Geek.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It is time for The Podcast is Real here from World Gone Geek. I am Jeff, also known as Grounded Geek, and we are grateful that you're here with us another week for another show. And I am so excited about tonight's show. You guys know what is next weekend, right? It's big. It's a big weekend for a lot of people. It's Halloween, and we have a very special guest today to help us prep for Halloween by talking about candy and chocolates and fun things like that. We have Cassandra Fear from Fear's Confections on tonight. Yay! All right. But before she comes out, I do want to introduce my co-hosts, of course. Here are Utah and Aaliyah. Welcome to the show.
Greetings, programs.
Hi.
What is up? And Aaliyah in glorious HD today.
You look
Wow.
She turned a year older.
You don't look a day older than 21.
Don't you dare. That's what I'm saying.
became high definition. Happy birthday, by the way. We missed you last week.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I was moving in to my new apartment.
A new chapter in your life, a new location, a new year. My gosh, what's next? A new car.
Hey, are you going to buy it?
What is that?
But not the Hot Wheels one?
This arrived, here's from San Diego Comic-Con this year. Since it was virtual, they had the first Batmobile Hot Wheel.
Wow.
So, and with
like
all the,
that's like the first one from the comics.
Yeah. Back when he drove like a name brand car and didn't have any gadgets or anything. It was just his car. So
I love
and his cape
that.
flowing around.
And his cape flowing
back
there.
Because you got to have the convertible.
Well, sure.
Because
You're
his
gonna
ears.
You're going to keep it in the package, right? You're not going to open it.
Well,
be like a little kid.
Sheldon would be proud. I have two. One's still in the box.
That's the way to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So yeah, it was Halloween is coming up. We've got I really am anxious to talk about candy. I actually went out there this week to Fear's Confections.
I'm so jealous.
I know. So I actually get to sample some candy tonight. You guys are unfortunately going to have to sit and watch me eat chocolate.
He's going to exterminate those chocolates.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking like some amazing stuff. So she does candy, well, all kinds of different kinds of candy, but a lot of it is based on some of her personal pop culture passions. And she, is a geek like the rest of us. And, like we've got this camera. Well, I'm going to go large so you can get this camera will not
go large.
Focus. There it is. We got a stormtrooper in white chocolate here, which is one of my favorites. Yeah. Then of course you can't have a stormtrooper if you don't have Darth Vader. Look at that.
I know who these characters are now.
I feel like a girl doing makeup tutorials.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Now.
You're doing
like
TikTok
putting it up
thing.
with my hand. And then we have these jewels from, or I'm selling jewelry. And then of course everybody's favorite bounty hunter, Boba Fett. Of course, I don't know. Maybe some people's favorite bounty hunter is the Mandalorian now. I have no idea.
I don't know. I had some Boba tea.
Boba Fett is still my favorite. But those are awesome. And then the one I just brought up, this is my favorite I love of all time. We've got the TARDIS there from Doctor Who, and then $3 Daleks, milk chocolate, white chocolate.
And dark chocolate.
And we'll ask her about those because how in the world, because the blue one is what is amazing. Like that's chocolate. That's chocolate. She'll explain how that is possible.
Even the chess set. Okay, I know we'll talk about it later, but yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen the chess set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, so I went out there this week. I was trying to get, it's just me on the screen. Everybody's just looking at me.
You went large.
That's why I need a producer. Right? I can't multitask when we're doing this show. We could have done the whole show this way and if you guys didn't say anything, it would have just stayed like that.
About 45 minutes in, we would have said something.
Hopefully, right? It's like, no wonder we don't have any viewers, just that guy's face and some other people talking. I went out there this week. I had a chance to check out the store and I took some video I did not have time to edit it together in any kind of like fashion where we could use it as an intro. So I am just going to welcome her to the show. And then she's going to take us, explain, and we'll let her kind of navigate us through the video. Welcome to the show, Cassandra Fear from Fear's Confections.
Hey!
Hi.
We are so excited that you are here, and mainly I've been excited because haven't been able to eat this yet, but now that it's on the show and I've shown it, I can eat it. It's been driving me nuts not able to eat it.
Did you bring enough to share with the class, Jeff?
I did not.
If only the internet had that capability.
Right?
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought you were in the internet, Utah.
No. I just said I went to internet school. There's a difference, Aaliyah.
I do have 1 gigabyte fiber internet now, but that's pretty fast, but it still doesn't allow me to transfer chocolate.
You can't
across.
just smash
If
it
only
through the
Willy
camera.
Wonka had completed his
His little
experiment that Mike
transmission
TV
thing. Mhm.
was part of, maybe we would be transmitting chocolate.
Funny story. I used to be a fiber optic network engineer.
That's right.
That's right.
I didn't last long enough. I didn't get there long enough to do that. So
now we know, like, you are a fiber optic engineer and a chocolatier. So we expect this to, we are expecting this innovation sometime soon.
It's all on you now.
I thought he was going to go the fiber-filled chocolate route. I was like, where are you going with this?
No, to transmit chocolate.
Gotcha. Yeah.
How did
All
you
right.
go
Fiber.
from that? How did you go from engineer to chocolates?
Well, we'll ask her. I want her whole story, but I want people to take a look at her store here. Whoops, hold on.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
So
I have the whole world. Oh, there we go.
The world is her store.
So this is not edited. Oh, it's really going slow. Hold on a second.
Literally inch by
So,
inch.
so
Oh my God.
It doesn't appear to be working for
I
some
see.
reason.
So, Jeff, you took a
I'm gonna
long
play
time
it.
because you went into the store in slow motion, did you? Did you buy everything in slow motion?
So yeah, it plays fine on my computer. It's not playing in StreamYard. Let's try it one more time. Here, hold on. All right.
And scene.
All right. Move this thing out of the way. There we go.
It wouldn't be our podcast without any technical
No, we
issues.
have to have some
We-
technical
it's-
issues
it's
at the
kind of
beginning.
along
It's
with
all-
seasoned. That's the thing.
It's all part
Mm-hmm.
of the fun. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can watch it this way. Here we go. All right, so this is obviously the front. Where are you? Where's your store located?
I am on Madison Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio, and we do ship
Yay.
nationwide. So
Wow.
I mean, you can see all the geek paraphernalia.
a little
that she's
laggy,
got.
but
What's that?
I said it's a little laggy, but it's there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's also kind of wobbly because I was so excited about eating the chocolate that it's not my steadiest camera. There's a chess set you were talking about, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
What are these right here? Tell us what these are.
Those are marshmallows. They're from the left to right, and I do more flavors than this, but those are mint, s'mores, and cinnamon. That's kind of like if you remember Big Red Gum,
Yeah.
that kind of cinnamon. We
Nice.
do those as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And here we're getting into some of the cool candy here.
The
We've got
chocolates
Space
are
Invaders.
fantastic.
This one, I think I have a close-up of this later, but this is a skull with a walnut brain, which I thought was kind of genius.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome.
And we do those all year round. Those are not just Halloween too. So
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Look at all that chocolate, first of all.
It's
Your
There's
Star Wars chocolates.
Here's
are
the
just,
Star Wars.
So yeah, the
There's
Falcon.
the Han
and-
Solo and Carbonate.
and
You
yeah,
got
those are
R2,
my favorites.
Millennium Falcons. Yeah, these are some really great stuff. Everybody who's listening on the podcast here tomorrow is like, what
They're like,
are they? This
oh,
isn't
that's
cool.
great.
This is why you have to watch us live on Sundays. This is why you need to come or check us out on YouTube. You
I
can
like the
see
chunky
this
unicorns.
video.
Those are good.
You even got some frogs there from Honeydukes. And there she
oh,
is.
yeah,
Hey!
there's me.
Hey,
There's the skull with the walnut brain. So again, tell me
That's
how
brilliant.
you came up with that idea, because that's just really awesome.
So it's weird. They're a 2-part mold, so you can make like the whole thing, like with the top of the skull on it. But we leave it where it's kind of almost like lopped off cadaver style, and I was like, walnuts kind of look like brains. Let's
They
do that.
do,
And so we've been
yes.
doing those, I think, for about 8 years now. So they're really popular, especially at Halloween. But that's one of the items we do all year round because my last name is Fear.
Yep. There you
Halloween's
go,
my
right?
favorite. So, we have a couple of spooky items all year round. So
Chunky unicorns, love it. Space Invaders 25. I should have gotten some Space Invaders. It was all I could do not to get one of those caramel apples. I'm a sucker for a good caramel apple. With but
that's
yeah,
our TARDIS. Our TARDIS is a free little library.
yeah, over here. I don't
Very
know if you can
cool.
see my mouse. Yeah, you can. Cool. And there's some local artists, right?
Yes, we rotate local artists out every 2 months on the wall, and then the black pillar full of stuff is a lot of people who've been selling here for years on end now, but the wall rotates out every 2 months with local people.
And I'm pausing it so people can see the artist's Instagram there. We'll give them a little shout out, which is pretty cool.
I just sold that Bob's Burgers one.
No, I was just getting ready to...
like 2 days ago, somebody bought it because if they
just
weren't going to buy it, I was going to buy it.
I was literally just getting ready to say if anybody had any Christmas ideas for me, I would really like to have that box.
I told the customer that if nobody bought it, I was going to buy it, and he literally turned around and pulled it off the wall. I felt like it was out of spite, but so it's theirs now.
Sorry, that's sold.
So there's Cyanide and Happiness. Tell us what's the story behind this?
That's from the first time I met them, and I'm actually now friends with Sean Koss. He's the one that drew it. He's no longer with Cyanide and Happiness. He has his own brand going now, but yeah, he even got my little hair poof in there. Like he nailed it. So that's from many moons ago, but yeah, he's cool. Awesome.
Free cocoa bath.
It tastes and then like here you feels.
Are with a very a celebrity from the Food Network.
Yes, that is Alton Brown.
Mm-hmm. How did that happen?
Totally by accident, actually. Really? Coolest day of my life. Not gonna lie, sorry, husband and children. But I was 5 months pregnant or so. Had just relocated my shop to this location. We were on the east side prior to this. Mm-hmm. And I totally missed it. He's like my hero because he's a nerd. He's a science person and he does food. So I'm like, oh my God. Totally went under my radar that he was going to be in Cleveland. So a bunch of people told me the night before. And so I tweeted him and was like, hey, can you please come to my store? I would love to, have you come in because we're big nerds as well. And a few minutes later, I get a private message from him on Twitter. And he's like, how's 10 a.m. tomorrow? At which point I cried. I had a total hormonal breakdown. My husband's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, Alton Brown is coming tomorrow morning. So my husband takes the day off of work or the morning off of work because he does photography on the side, brings his camera and everything. I asked him when he got here, I asked him why. And he said so many of my customers also tweeted him that he needed to come here. That he was like, I need to figure out what this is. And we got to talk for an hour one-on-one.
Oh, that's
he
great.
Bought a bunch of stuff. I tried to give it to him. He wouldn't. He's like, you're a small business. I'm paying for all this. We mailed him that picture and we didn't mail it to him super fast. And he was leaving to do filming and his assistant emailed me and was like, Mr. Brown wants to know if you're sending him that photo. And I was like, Mr. Brown wanted to know, it was crazy. It was super crazy. I have a t-shirt that I will never wash that he signed the back of with my business and stuff. He was a riot. I had a ball. And then a month or two later at the end of the year, he named his top 8 restaurants in the country and top 8 boutique eateries in the country. And we were on the top 8 boutique eateries in the whole country. It was so cool.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was so cool.
I loved his show. My kids loved his show where he would do he would go behind the scientific. The one where he was in the kitchen.
The Goodies.
Yeah.
And he would,
which he rebooted and then did a quarantine version.
So
and they're all great.
Yeah. Well, he would have the camera inside the cabinets and different things. Like I
In the
loved how it
oven.
was filmed, and they loved how he, explained the food and how it actually worked and stuff.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
neat. But yeah, he's a true food legend there. So that's pretty
He
cool.
actually asked me how I make my sponge candy, and I almost died. He was like, I've never heard of it. I've never had it. And I was like, it was just the coolest thing.
That
Wow.
is awesome.
That's incredible.
So
Absolutely
tell us a little bit about how this started for you. What was tell us the origin story of Cassandra Fear.
Well, she didn't like fiber. No.
No, I hate fiber.
Like
Almost nothing in here has fiber in it.
Especially coming, like Aaliyah said before, I wanted to show the video, coming from being a fiber engineer to a candy maker. How does that happen?
I loved my job. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. I was good at it. And my company that I worked for completely outsourced my entire department. So I lost my job in 2009. And then I was laid off for about a year and a half. I applied for everything that wasn't nailed down, couldn't get anything because I was either overqualified or everybody and their mother was kind of like right now, trying to apply for lots of things. So I was watching Food Network, like you do, and I saw a story about these two housewives that started this brownie company out of their house and became wildly successful, like Vermont Brownie Company or something like that. And I was like, oh, I like brownies. The next day, I kid you not, the next day, I'm like, I could do this to make some money while I'm sitting here. And the next day I went out, I bought a bunch of stuff, started baking, and we started out as a brownie only company in 2010. So selling only online, no store or anything. And then we started expanding into candies and what I was legally allowed to make, because there's a lot of people who do not make things legally for sale out of their house. I followed everything to the letter, even had my house inspected and things. And then got more to work, worked in FDA regulatory, worked in pharmaceutical quality and things like that. And then I was selling my chocolate in another store that does not exist anymore. And she was like, do you want to partner? I want a second location. And I was like, sure. My contract was up for renewal where I was working at because I was a consultant. And I was like, I'm out. See ya. And I opened a store with this lady in 2013. And later in 2013, she stopped showing up for a week. Couldn't get a hold of her, thought she was dead in a ditch somewhere. And then one night they came in the middle of the night, stole everything, trashed the place, took all the money, and left me a nasty note. And
what?
I was on my own.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What in the name of?
Yep. So that was cool. And then so my landlords helped me run out my lease. My family helped me with money, like loans to get equipment and stuff. And when my 1-year lease, thank God only 1 year, was up, I relocated to Lakewood. And here I am.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And so
trust me, it was December too. I came in early to bake for Christmas. And I walked in, and the first thing I noticed, those carpets you put in front of your door so you don't fall down?
Yeah.
I walked in, and there was no carpet.
They even took
And
that.
I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I swear to God, we had a carpet here. And I turned the lights on, and the place is just decimated.
Oh my
at
gosh.
5 a.m. Call my mom in Buffalo. She thought someone died because I was having a heart attack. It was, And now they live in another state, and we never had a formal contract. We were two businesses just co-renting the space, but she did weird things, like took all the attachments, but left the mixers, just to screw me over.
Just to spite you.
Just to spite me, for no reason. And then I found out her other. Huh?
Were the police ever involved?
There was no contract. There was no.
Oh, so you had no recourse. Yeah. There's nothing.
I'm a lot smarter now.
So you could have just as easily claimed the stuff was hers, I guess, right?
Well, my candy case was hers, and I was like, well, at least I got that out of it because they weren't hauling that out of there in the middle of the night. And then somebody came back to repo it because she never paid them for it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so it's mine now. And their other location, the landlord started coming after me, wanting to know where she was because apparently she did the same thing to her other. She totally set me up from day one.
Oh my gosh.
So now this is just mine. Never involving anybody ever again.
Now you're smarter for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
And you
and I
just
have a lawyer.
celebrated the anniversary, right?
We just turned 7 in this location, and we're about in March. It'll be 12 years in business altogether.
Right,
But
because
we celebrate our Lakewood move because it was like a fresh start.
Sure.
That is
Very
great.
Yeah,
cool.
it was great. It was a wild ride.
Yeah, that sounds like a great start of a memoir or a movie or something.
I have so many people tell me I should write a book,
Absolutely.
and I kind of started to, and I don't have time.
Somebody's got to make the chocolate, right?
Somebody's got to make the chocolate, and I got 2 kids. Like, there is no time for
Yeah,
this.
there's no time. There's no time.
Well, how old are your kids?
6, and my daughter just turned 10 October 5th.
Okay, so maybe not old
Okay.
enough to put to work in the candy shop yet.
My
I don't know,
my
the
daughter has
the
worked. My
10-year-old.
daughter has worked here.
Okay.
She knows how to run the register. She's done it a handful of times, and she knows enough about the candy and stuff like that she's helped here and there, especially when it was the pandemic and she was homeschooling and stuff like that, like virtual schooling, and
Do you
could
make them
come in
dress
here
up
like an afternoon a week. But
do they have to dress up like Oompa Loompas?
I was
when
just
they're
about to
working
say,
there?
you're going to ask the Oompa Loompa question, aren't you?
should, honest
You
to
tell
God,
me too well.
I should get them costumes. I never thought about that.
That's
I have,
about the
I
right
have a
height,
Willy
right?
Wonka costume. I have one.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how perfect would that be? You as Willy Wonka, and then your daughter, your kids as
Paint
Oompa
them
Loompa.
orange and. Oh my God! I never kidding. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's fantastic. You heard it
Especially
here.
with 6-year-old. That would be
You
perfect.
heard it here first, folks.
You've got
Well, he's
Halloween.
like I said before the
next year.
broadcast, he's the tiniest Beetlejuice this year. So, and we did Stranger Things the other year, and he was the Demogorgon at like 4 years old.
That's amazing. Oh my
Yeah, we
gosh.
like to get weird, and we always make him like the protagonist of the whole thing. But
Yeah.
The pictures are adorable. They're all really.
Yeah. Those are some great pictures. Yeah. So, and you just had an event just now, literally right before you came on the air with us, right? Like,
yeah, it
tell us-
ended at 6.
So this is like one of your busiest times of the year, obviously. Do you get busy at other times as well? Like, is Christmas, Easter, like those are pretty big candy times too. Are there other times?
So we kind of
Valentine's?
we call Valentine's Christmas part 2. So
Okay.
we kind of peter out after Mother's Day. That's like the last huzzah, because Father's Day is not a big candy holiday kind of thing. But
Which sucks.
pretty much October 1st, pretty much our anniversary, because it's always the first weekend in October. We opened October 6th here. And so from October 1st, or from that event through Valentine's Day, is just
Nonstop.
nonstop. I've worked, my longest shift I've ever worked was 38 hours
Wow.
Wow.
without sleeping. I have slept here because I'm just here so late and I'm so tired. I only live 4 miles away, and I don't want to do it. And then we picked back up. Last Easter was actually, with COVID, was actually our biggest Easter we've ever had, because
Wow.
everybody did everything via mail order. And it was
Oh, yeah.
actually probably our best Easter we've ever had. And then, like I said, Mother's Day, and then summer is like, so we try to do events and stuff when it's not COVID in summer, and things like that to kind of beef it up. But chocolate melts. There's no
Yep.
gift giving holidays. Everything's barbecues outside.
Yeah.
You know, I make lavender lemonade, which is what I'm beveraging on right now, is some lavender lemonade. We do like iced coffees and things. Like brownies are good, because even if it gets hot, who doesn't like a warm brownie? You know, like.
Mhm.
Brownies are
But
good.
yeah, the summer is rough, but we have officially kicked off into madness for the season. So,
Yeah.
And you do ship. I mean, you ship like all over,
Yes.
right? So-
nationwide, yeah. We've tried doing it out of the country. We've only done it with brownies so far.
I can only imagine how much more complicated it is with food stuff.
It's really complicated, and it's really, really expensive.
I bet.
Like the
and-
Doctor Who sets and stuff, people in like England and stuff, they want them, because apparently you're not allowed to do that over there.
Correct.
And it's like $10 or whatever for the set, and then like $30 to ship it.
Oh, wow.
So nobody wants a quarter pound of chocolate for $40.
Right. They don't want to pay 3
So-
times what they paid for the chocolate just to get it over there.
Yeah, we don't even offer it. I sent brownies to a soldier in Afghanistan once, like way back in the day. I did send a Doctor Who set over with somebody to England, but it didn't go in the mail. And other than that, I think maybe one other time Canada will do, but that's about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So
Go ahead, Aaliyah.
So how did you get into like creating these different characters? Were you starting that from the beginning? Did you see, like, was this just something that you were passionate about? Because obviously you are a part of our geek family, as we say. But how did you get into that? I'm very curious.
Meanwhile, I will start eating the chocolate here.
Eat it.
And demonstrate that.
Eat it.
And the stormtrooper is a goner. No, I started doing the geek stuff, I think, at my old location, at least some of it. I know Doctor Who started there and maybe some of the Star Wars. Just because I like it and I found some licensed molds online. I will not, like, people are like, why can't you just make this character? And I'm like, because I paid Disney their money. Yeah. Disney has more money than God. So I don't want to get in Disney's way of anything now that they own everything.
Right.
But yeah, I found some molds, and the more I found, the more it perpetuated. And we actually, I don't have any, I sold out of them, but we have a 1981. So it's technically older than me by a minute. Star Wars set that Wilton used to make.
What?
Back in the day that a chocolate shop was closing down. I got an email about it. I went over, bought a bunch of stuff from them, and I'm digging through I have thousands of molds in my basement. I can make almost anything you'd want. I'm digging through their thousands of molds. And at the very bottom, there's this Wilton mold that has Chewbacca, like all full body, not just the heads. Chewbacca, Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Yoda, R2-D2, and C-3PO.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you can make chocolate action
gold.
figures.
Huh?
You can make chocolate action figures.
Yeah, so I do. I sell the whole set. I make Yoda, like what I lovingly call, it's like this, it's like, I call it booger green. I make Yoda in that color. Darth Vader is obviously dark, Stormtrooper obviously white, and then Chewbacca's milk, R2 is milk, and then C-3PO I do in milk, and then I paint him with an edible luster dust, and I paint him gold for each set.
That would be cool.
Yeah, people love that. And the mold was starting to die and like fall completely apart. So I had to come to my mold making company, remake me extra ones. And I still have one set that is still in the packaging from 1980 or 1981 or whatever, that I won't open.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, it's kind of like your
the
first
other
dollar
one,
for the
it's so
store.
brittle. It's almost 40. It's 40 years old. Like, it's so brittle. So I'm like, nope, that one stays in case I need to get another set made.
That's right.
And then, because I had to sacrifice my one set to get it made. I needed to ship them, so they could make a carbon copy of it. And so we do lots of nerdy stuff. But yeah, it just keeps going. I have Marvel stuff now that I haven't done since pre-COVID because we kind of shortened our list of things we did for a long time. I'm starting to bring some of it back. I have Guardians of the Galaxy. I have, oh my God, I have more Harry Potter stuff than just the frogs and Hedwigs. I have all kinds of things, but yeah, I make what I like.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I have a technical question though, since you brought it up, and well, first of all, like, I mean, I'm gonna love white chocolate, which is technically not actually chocolate,
it's not
right?
really
like,
chocolate, right?
It is not, by definition, it is not chocolate. Hold 1 second. My speaker disconnected from the internet next to me, and it's making sad sounds that it makes when it disconnects. Let me turn it off.
Sure.
Oh, no. We don't want sad speaker.
No, it's making it goes like when it disconnects. It's literally sad. It's like, connect me back to the internet. So sorry, I didn't want that playing in the background. Sorry. So go ahead.
Well, you mentioned Yoda is booger green, and then obviously the TARDIS that I showed earlier is blue. Tell us I mean, we've seen white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. How are we seeing blue and green chocolate?
It is also white chocolate.
Okay.
Yes, and my chocolate supplier happens to sell 2 shades of green, a couple like a baby blue, and TARDIS. It's like almost exactly TARDIS blue. So she sells, it's just dyed slightly. But you can't, like, I feel like you can't not have a TARDIS be blue.
Right.
No,
You
You
can't.
can't not have Yoda be green or C-3PO be
Right.
gold or whatever. So yeah, I buy it that way. I have dyed some colors here and there for things. I don't like to use a lot of stuff with dyes. For the most part, the most you'll see on my stuff is our truffles. Like our pumpkin truffle has orange dot, our lemon truffle has a yellow dot, things like that. But I can't. I have to have it in blue. And you can special order. People that don't like that can special order it like in milk or dark or
But
plain.
why?
Because some people don't want the dyes, and some people just straight up hate white chocolate. White chocolate is not popular,
Yeah, that's true.
but they'll suck
Yeah.
it up for TARDIS blue most of the time. But if they replace it, it's usually with like milk.
Yeah.
So were you raised watching like Star Wars, or did you get into all of this stuff as you got older? That
In
was
college.
me. College.
I had a lot of nerdy friends. My first day at college, before it even started, I met a whole, it's actually my husband's fraternity. He was in a fraternity that was the antithesis of any fraternity portrayed ever anywhere. And I was in a sorority full of the same, all nerds, computer programmers, like,
What were they? The
you
Omega
went there,
Moves?
you wake up safe
The
with a pillow and a
Lambdas
blanket
and
and
the
not
Omega Moves.
endangered. Like, great bunch of guys, great bunch of girls. And the first day I was there, my husband's like, I heard that this fraternity watches wrestling, if that's a clue, watches wrestling every Monday night. And we go over there, and they were all a bunch of nerds. And I was introduced to Star Wars. I was introduced to like all kinds of stuff through them. But my family, now they all watch it, or at least like my mom does. My dad, I don't think so much, but my mom was like, she made fun of me for watching Doctor Who, and now she's further in the series than I am.
How
So
dare
I
she?
think I've broken them. How dare she? But yeah, I was like, remember when you used to mock me for this kind of? But no, I did not. We were not a nerdy family. They are now.
That's
Love
awesome.
that.
Now you also come to a lot of these conventions. That's the first time I met you was at a convention where you were selling the chocolate. Tell us about how that started out. Like I mean, that seems like a perfect place for you to be.
It is. It's really hit and miss for me. Like I would love to do like Wizard World, but their pricing is insane. And if you do food, a lot of the larger, like the literal convention center and stuff, will charge you an extra $500 to $1,000 per day.
Wow.
Which I couldn't even make enough chocolate to cover just that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of the little local ones. I think I got started at Odd Mall and Con on the
that's
Cob.
the first one I saw you at. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't done those in a minute because they're just a little far away, and it's a little crazy for me to pack all that up and go back over like days and stuff. But I love Andy and Heather. They're great.
He's got like
they're wonderful
28
humans.
Different odd malls now. You can that are
Well, and
throughout the
that
year.
was like they did one in Lakewood, but I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes some of that stuff doesn't make sense for me either. But I do love Andy and Heather. I do NEO Comic Con. The way that one started, I've done every single one, and that started because Sean walked into my store one day. He walks in the front door, puts a flyer on the counter for the first one, and he's like, "You're vending this," and I'm like, "Who are you?" I didn't know. I had no idea. I was like, "Who is this dude just telling me I'm going to vend this event?" And they don't typically allow food vendors in that venue. In the venues he was had used and still uses.
Right.
So I am written into their contract with an exclusivity.
Wow.
So I've done every one of them.
They have a concession stand in there, right? And that's
they want to sell their M&Ms and pretzels and stuff, but not that I compete with that. Yeah. But so a lot of venues kind of just either tell you no or price you right out of it.
Right.
But I've done little pop-ups too, like Griffin Cider House down the street when he does weird things. I did a super soft Letterkenny birthday party with a cupcake decorating station. I don't even do cupcakes here. And we all wore feather boas and crowns, if any of you have seen the show.
Oh, wow.
It's and then he did a Willy Wonka pop-up, so I wore my Willy Wonka outfit to that, and I sold chocolate golden tickets that are painted with that same gold. And then most recently, he did a Holy Grail event. So I know you said you like to keep this family friendly. There's no cuss words, but I was sacrilegious, and I took a communion chalice and I painted it gold, and it was the Holy Grail that I sold. I take at Easter, I do zombie bunnies.
Love it.
And I paint them with ribs and blood and things. And then I do normal ones too, and, crosses and things like that. But I do zombie bunnies every year. I did zombie bunnies with nasty, sharp, pointy teeth. Yay! And then I also did gigantic, comedically sized sperm. For that, and we have video of us outside of the bar, somebody was doing the coconuts, and
Nice.
We're all running down the street together. So I do other weird oddities. I've done burlesque and drag shows. They're my people. The weirdos are my people.
That's awesome. How about a holy hand grenade? Is that something?
I looked for a grenade mold and couldn't find one in time for the event that would ship in time. So I tried.
Because you can't combat the zombie or the evil bunnies without the holy hand grenade. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Right, and you have to count to 3.
Yeah.
4
is right out.
5 is right out. 5 is right out.
All right.
It reminds me of that. What was that book series? With the rabbit that had the red eyes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Bunnicula.
Bunnicula, yeah.
Bunnicula.
Yeah,
that's
I remember that.
Bloom or something.
I don't remember if it was Judy Blume, but it's
remember.
that time period.
That's where
it came from.
But it's that same time, yeah.
Yeah, it was that same. I grew up on that. How do you know about that? You're a child.
I did too, but those books.
Aaliyah, you're not nearly seasoned enough to know that information.
Wow, guys! I used to read the books.
Read? Your generation doesn't read books.
Okay, no, come on.
That is not nice.
Too funny.
But,
my gosh.
You guys know I'm very terrible with reading novels because I ruin it for myself. So
you skip to the end.
So
you do what Sally does when
she just admitted that she was reading Dune, and we were like, "Oh, that's great! The movie's coming out. You're gonna want, you'll love to have enjoyed the beginning, middle, and end of that book when you see the movie."
Right. No, she didn't.
She's only read the beginning and the end of Dune.
She read the beginning and then read the end.
Here's what so the movie is
I never read it,
hours.
so I can't speak, but
Aaliyah, the movie is 2.5 hours long.
And it's only
you have to watch the first hour and then the last half hour. That's what you have to do.
Well, no,
and then tell me what you thought of it.
Now, technically, though, the movie is only the part of the first book,
true,
right?
That's a good point. It's the movie that's out right now is only half.
Maybe half of it. It's about halfway through, I think.
It's halfway through the story they're telling, apparently. But
apparently, somebody needs to go back and read more of the book.
I read the book once, and I remember it being kind of a slog.
Yeah,
I heard it wasn't. People like the movie better, the original anyway, better than the book. But then I've heard really mixed things about the new movie. I think I saw Dune in college.
Yeah,
so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was mid-80s.
And then, because I think I watched it 20 some years ago, probably. So I don't remember a thing. At all, and I never read it.
It's a little out there. I mean, it's David Lynch. It's
David
a strange
Lynch,
movie.
So it's kind of strange if it's David Lynch.
But no, this one. So I did see it, and it's pretty good. I mean, I love this director. I think he's just a visionary when it comes to cinematography and the stuff that
you just like French directors, man.
The images that he brings to the screen are amazing. He did wonderful things with Blade Runner 2049.
You did great with Blade Runner.
So that was, for me, it was just seeing that beautiful cinematography. The movie is good, but again, it's only half. Like, we get to the halfway point, and Zendaya is not even hardly in that first half. Like, they advertised her as being like one of the stars
because she's a very large name, and they know it.
Of course. Well, the movie's full of large names, though. I mean, Timothée Chalamet. You've got Oscar Isaac.
Full on beard.
Basically, you've got Aquaman, Thanos, and Poe, who are the leaders of House Atreides, basically. And then, but it was fun. It was a good movie. But I mean, basically, all Zendaya does in the first half is turn and look over her shoulder, like in about 17 different ways in different places. That's it. I'm not even joking. That's a spoiler.
The meme about
Sorry.
their intro.
What's that?
Did you see the meme about their intro?
No.
Like the intro is them like doing like the spin around and look over the shoulder thing, and they're like, "This is what." Oh God, it wasn't Abercrombie, but one of like the old stores.
Hollister.
They're like, "This is." Maybe something like that, but they were like, "This is how these employees of this store look at you when you walk in the door."
When you walk in.
Well, basically,
it's just stain on their face when they pose. They're like mad. I laughed so hard.
All right, I have to look that up. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
but it's also very true.
It's a lot of that in this movie from Zendaya. Hopefully, she gets more to do in the next one.
Well, we're assuming that this movie is going to be successful enough for them to make the next one.
Well,
right?
I think they have to. I mean,
I think they're committed.
Hanging. Yeah,
well,
I think they already filmed it. Didn't they do it like back to back kind of situation? Or I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I guess they wouldn't have to because the book and the movie both are kind of divided into two. Like there's a lot of stuff that takes place that's political, and then he joins the Fremen and all this cool desert
spoilers.
Stuff happens. It's not. That's not a spoiler. That's just how it happens. That's
who are the Fremen?
You can see. Just watch the movie. You know who the Fremen are.
You said Fremen. I thought it was Freeman.
No, it's
no. Morgan Freeman is not in this movie, Aaliyah.
Like Freeman.
There are a lot of stars, but not Morgan.
Not
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
No,
he doesn't even do a voiceover.
But maybe that would. Wouldn't that be
great?
Watch that. Yeah.
No, I thought you just pronounced it Freeman.
We know what he knows what you mean. He's just giving you that.
What's in the box? Pain.
Fremen. All right. So since we're doing a Halloween, I decided I wanted to kind of like do some candy trivia for you guys today. I want to ask some questions, and obviously I expect Cassandra to get all these right.
Oh, nice. No pressure.
She's a candy expert. I'm kidding. Wow. I'm kidding.
Trivia.
I'm kidding. Well, not really trivia, but just some interesting information.
Leah, you're so good at trivia. Come on.
When we used to do game nights, I lost at trivia. Like literally, I think I only won one time.
You did, and that was when you were playing for me.
I was, and it was only because I was playing for Utah, and it was like he would win all the time. So right. I feel like I was just channeling that inner Utah. So that's the joke there.
My memory doesn't work, and I'm the worst at trivia. So yay, having it in my field that I've never formally studied. I cannot wait.
There we go.
Jeff, we should have looked up a whole bunch of fiber optic engiring trivia.
That's what we should have done. Yeah. I have lots of questions about fiber.
Sure, it's a lot.
So do you guys know what is, according to bulk sales over the last 14 years, what is America's favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, it better not be candy corn.
So Utah, what do you think it is? Like, what's your guess?
My guess is candy corn, even though I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay, Aaliyah, what do you think is the most popular Halloween candy according to most Americans?
It's probably something gross, like licorice.
I hope you didn't get this off of Family Feud.
I'm gonna say something delicious, like those Reese cup, like a Reese cup pumpkin or something.
Okay, Reese cup. What do you think, Cassandra?
Butterfinger.
Those are delicious too.
Those are delicious.
So, we got some people from the audience are guessing. Jay is saying
rainbow.
Skittles.
Jay.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man? We know Jay, and Cheryl too. We know Cheryl.
We
know
Reese. See, I knew it.
She's saying Reese's. So we got 2 votes for Reese's. We got a Butterfinger. We got a candy.
Would have been my guess, except it was taken.
Oh no, you can guess
Reese
the same
cups
thing.
are so
It's
good.
Fine. No,
they're peanut butter and chocolate. I figured that, so I went with the next peanut butter and chocolate.
It's 100%. It's Reese cups. Yeah, they're number one. The number one candy at Halloween is Reese cups. And
thank goodness America has good taste.
Right? So, but you mentioned candy corn.
I did.
So here's an
against
interesting
my better judgment
bit of information.
Candy corn is so good.
It turns out there's a website called candystore.com that does this, like every year they kind of tally all of the statistics, all of the bulk candy sales around the country, and they try to figure out what candy is most
like the trends and
the trends per state. All right. So, and candy corn is number one in 5 states.
What?
Is it Ohio?
So here are the 5 states you do not want to visit at Halloween.
Are they all in the South? They're in the South.
Here we go. Ready? It's
I feel like
Wyoming,
it's Ohio.
Wyoming. Of course.
Tennessee, Texas,
Checks out.
Oregon,
Oh no.
and South Carolina.
Interesting.
So-
That's an interesting mix.
At least
geographically.
Ohio.
That was according to a poll in 2016. So maybe they have changed since then, but it sucks to be a kid at Halloween.
Why Wyoming?
They buy a lot of candy corn, apparently.
Candy corn.
I
is-
like candy corn, and I'm joking about it because, but I wouldn't want it. Like it's not my favorite candy, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like I would, but it's okay.
Is there a chocolate covered candy corn?
That's gross.
They have that weird one that has chocolate, the brown one.
Yeah, I know what you're
Supposed to be
talking about.
chocolate. That is not even.
That's
sounds-
not, I don't know what that is. It's not chocolate.
Those seem gross.
It's an
to me. I don't want it.
abomination.
So Jay mentioned Skittles. Skittles is number 2,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
M&M's. M&M's comes in with number 3.
Yeah. I'm surprised
yeah.
like Milky Way or something.
So,
Milky Way
so
isn't on there.
do you want to guess what the top 3 candies in Ohio are? Because that's where we are. If you're listening from elsewhere, we're
Lord.
Ohio centric here. But
Buckeyes.
what do you think is the number 1 candy
It
in
doesn't
Ohio?
count though. It's not a brand name, right?
Right. You would think that would be it, but it's not. So what is the number 1 candy in Ohio? It's not Reese.
It's not Reese's.
No.
M&M's.
Okay, we got M&M's. And you can guess the same things. It's fine. If you think M&M's is right, then go ahead. But okay, there's a lot of dead air. We got to come up with something here.
I know.
Let's see. Well, let's see. Cassandra just
I
said-
should have the Jeopardy music or something
right.
playing.
We should be doing the whole game show. Talk it out in your.
There you
Oh,
go.
Hershey bar. This
Yeah.
is a good choice. I'm
Jay
trying
is
to.
guessing the Hershey bar. Cheryl's
mean-
saying the
let's
Dove
see.
bar.
Dove
Ooh.
bar.
All right.
Hershey
Those
bar.
are
Good guesses.
expensive, though.
M&M's.
Those
Those
are
are all
pretty-
really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
guesses,
about
but-
like alternative candies. You know?
I was
I'm
surprised
gonna
that this was
say
the answer.
Snickers bar.
See,
Okay,
that's
Snickers.
my favorite. That's my
I do
favorite.
love. Yeah.
I'm gonna say a Kit Kat bar.
It does satisfy the Snickers and Kit Kat.
Break
Okay,
me a
Oh,
piece
give
of
me
that
a
Kit
break,
Kat
Aaliyah.
bar.
the number
What?
1 candy in Ohio. All right, Blow Pops.
What?
What?
I was like,
What's a blow pop?
it's the
It's
you
one
never
with
had a blow
gum
pop.
chips.
It's a
Dum
sucker.
dum.
Aaliyah, you're
gum
showing
inside.
your.
Oh,
you're
like-
showing your unseasoning.
Dum dum. You know, like
No,
dum-
but it has bubble gum inside it.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
like you
I feel
suck
like
on the
that's
sucker,
not-
and then eventually you get down to the gum. And
Yeah,
you
I know
chew
what
the
you're
gum.
talking about, but I feel like it's not technically called a blow pop, is it?
It is called. It's
It
chocolate
is
blow
called
pop.
it's
I
called
think
a blow pop, and then
that's
there's
the brand
Tootsie
name.
Pops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
the
there's
Tootsie
Tootsie
Pop.
Pops. Is the one with the owl.
Oh, right. Okay. You're right. Let me not question
The Tootsie Pop is. I don't
Basically
like.
a blow pop.
Do you guys like
with
Tootsie Pops?
Tootsie inside. No, I don't like.
This-
I
Think
used
about-
to. I used to when I was a kid.
I never liked them. Like I'll eat them because I'll eat candy, right? But it's got like there's something about having like a grape sucker and then
chocolate.
getting to the chocolate. It's just like gross.
offsetting, right?
Like, yeah, it doesn't work for me.
This-
But
I liked it as a kid just to spite the owl. Like it doesn't take 3 licks.
yeah, broke a few teeth.
Yeah. You know.
But yeah, blow pops apparently in Ohio. M&Ms, you did say that's second though. Number 3, and this is where I am not a big chocolate fan. I like chocolate, but I'm not. Well, yeah, she's
Yeah.
not.
Curse you off with scum.
No. I like chocolate, but like my daughter loves chocolate. Like it's chocolate everything, right? So I eat chocolate. It's a candy that I enjoy, but I'm more of the fruity candy type, like
my
Skittles,
husband.
Starburst.
My
Starburst.
husband.
That's,
Give him a
that's kinda-
sour gummy thing anytime. That's my
Yeah.
husband.
Well, Starburst came in 3rd place in Ohio, and
Oh,
so
Starburst.
I'm on board with that as long as it's the cherry or the strawberry. Because who wants the yellow and the orange, right?
Nobody wants yellow.
No one just-
What? I love the yellow.
No, it's.
Oh my
it's-
gosh, we're gonna have
It's
it's
a
gonna turn into a
friend.
Starburst debate.
I love the
No.
yellow.
It's always
The
orange.
yellow
and red
and the strawberry was so good. And then once they came
Orange
out
and red
with the
for me.
alternative flavors, like, ugh. It was so
No.
good.
Right, like kale and
Kale.
Kale Starburst.
Kale. No,
the
they
best
like
is
the lime.
they make all the reds now. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you can
get a
buy
package
them.
that's all the reds. It's
Yep,
cherry,
yep.
strawberry.
and-
Cherry, anything is like.
I want to say watermelon might be in there. No,
Oh
not
my
watermelon.
God. No.
I
It's
did not know this existed.
like a raspberry or something.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
think
There's a
so.
couple
Who wants
other really sweet flavors.
to eat cherry, like the entire bag of cherry. I know there's a lot of people that would. I'm just kidding.
So we decided that Reese Cups are the number one candy. All right. So this is a multiple choice question.
Oh no.
How much do you think Americans spend on Reese's peanut butter cups every year? All right.
Are you kidding me?
Is it 100 million, 250 million, or 500 million?
What are the numbers again?
100, 250, and 500 million dollars on Reese Cups. It's the number one candy for how that people like for Halloween.
I'm going with
250.
C.
250. B.
It's definitely
B.
not. It's definitely not.
You're
the
saying
smallest
500
one.
million?
I'm going C.
All right.
Yeah,
You told-
I'm going the big number, 500.
All right. Jay saying B.
If
All
America
right,
was smart.
It's 500 million. 500 million. 2013, America spent 510 million on them making it the best-selling candy in the U.S.
That's
So.
insane.
There's a
and
lot
I
of
gotta
money
say-
from my wallet.
And
in
it's
that
so
number.
simple.
Wait a second. I make scratch-made peanut butter cups that are far and away better than that. Put some money over here.
Right.
Oh,
I'm a-
yes, it's
Hey,
true.
I bought your last one
That's
when I was
true.
there for my wife. And there, she had one left, and I bought it for my wife because she loves the peanut butter cups. But I like those too, and I gave it to my wife because she's awesome and she deserves it instead of me. So
Is
there
she
you go.
watching right now?
and she would beat you up if you did. So.
Probably not. Yeah, she doesn't watch this. She doesn't watch our show.
She doesn't watch or listen. Are you
She's
kidding
not
me?
that awesome. I don't know.
That'd be-
I'm just kidding.
You know, let's not take
No,
it too
I'm
far
kidding.
here.
I'm just playing. No, she's listening, I'm sure, to me somewhere in the house. Here she comes.
But just, ah!
Oh,
Were her
you're
ears-
in
were her
trouble
ears-
now.
Her ears
What?
ringing.
She is awesome.
Her
She
ears
just came
were
to
ringing.
confirm that. All right. All right. And so as long we're talking about Reese's Cups, do you guys know what year first candy fans bit into a Reese's Cup? Was it 1928, 1948, or 1968?
28. Because I was going to guess 27 out of my butt. So I'm
Oh,
going to
wow.
go with 28.
All right.
I have no idea.
What do you guys think? 48 or 68 or 28?
No, I'm gonna go 28.
Okay.
I feel like they were around before. the
I'm
Second
sensing a
World War.
pattern. All right, Aaliyah.
Oh, I'm gonna go 48. Well,
All right. The pattern is Cassandra answers, and then Utah goes with what she says because she's the candy expert. I see how it works. Well, she's right. It's 1928.
By the way.
It's 1928. You were right. So very good.
I literally
1927.
was just like in my head, I'm like 1927. I didn't realize it was multiple choice. So when he said 28, I'm like going with it.
Well, it's got to
Right.
be 28 then.
Well, see, that was your instinct because that's when they started making them, right? Because they made them and then they
You have
sell
to
them.
read-
And then
Research it
that's
first.
right. It's
Right.
it's not. They weren't released to the public until 1928.
All right.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Here's a good one. Do you guys know what the M's on M&M stand for?
is this somebody's name?
I think you got it,
I
Leah.
think I do, but I'm going to hold off till last.
Because you spoil Utah's.
Well, I think I know too, but I'm gonna hold off till last. Oh wait, that doesn't
come
work.
on.
Darn it! I can't copy that answer.
All right. So I'll give you the three choices, but well, actually, here's a hint. Jay is right. He's got the first part. Mars.
I was gonna say it's got to be Mars, right?
I was
'Cause
going
that's
to say
the
Mars.
company.
Yeah.
So Mars makes like
So it's Mars.
a lot of these candy bars are made by Mars. So
They make a
they're
Mars
huge-
bar.
But it's one other. Yeah, it's one other
Do they still
name.
make them?
The Mars bar.
I hope so.
I'd have no
I don't
idea.
think I've seen one in a store, maybe even ever, but
You know,
I don't know.
My
I'm gonna have to
mom's
go check.
favorite.
I have to go check BA Sweeties and see.
right?
That's a good place to check.
My mom's
right?
favorite is like a whatchamacallit. That's her
Whatchamacallit.
favorite.
Call it.
that used to be
Oh,
my
those are so
favorite as a
great.
kid. Yes.
Those are good.
I used to love to go to the vending machines and get those.
I would go to the gas station by my house and I'd walk there and spend my allowance on whatchamacallit.
Aw, I love that.
And the joke of "What are you eating?" I don't know. I'm gonna get a whatchamacallit was never not funny as a kid. My mom would hate that. She'd be like, "Oh, just stop it."
I don't
So-
know. Mars and Mars.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Mars and Mars is one of the choices.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, I
gonna say
thought there was
it's
an option.
Mars and Murray is another choice, or Mars and
I'm sorry.
Mercury.
Wait,
say
Mars
that-
and Mercury, Mars and Mars and Mars and what?
Mars and Murray is the other one. Mhm.
Mars and Mars. I'm going with my
So
first choice.
Mercury, Mars, or Murray?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess Murray because the other two just sound.
Yeah.
They just. I don't know. There's just Murray sounds. The other two just sound a little too set up.
That's
know?
fair.
My initial guess was going to be Mars and Mars, so I'm going Mars and Mars.
All right. It's Mars and Murray. They were the,
So who's
they're the ones
Murray?
who came up with the rainbow coated candy. I don't know.
Do we know
Mars
who
went on
Murray
to
is?
make lots more things, but I guess Murray
the thing.
didn't.
Murray lost the lottery on that one.
I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
He's like the original drummer for the Beatles. Just like-
right? Yeah.
He probably still is making a lot of money from that, though.
he's probably
Probably.
dead.
Something with royalties somewhere, or his
Yeah.
family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? There's somebody out there going, "Yeah, you know that second M in M&M's? That's me." And everyone's laughing at him like, "Oh, you're so funny, Grandpa." Tell us another funny joke, Grandpa.
All right.
No, I'm serious.
Here's another
Back
candy
in the
corn.
Easter time.
Here's another candy corn related one. According to Google, Mars bars came back in 2017. Cheryl is our
All right.
she's our researcher.
She's our PA.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl. So candy corn we talked about being popular in 5 very odd states. Which of these names was candy corn originally sold under? So it wasn't always called candy corn.
Oh,
all right?
really? Was it called
Was
disgusting?
it known as sweet corn, sweet corn, chicken feed, or striped triangles?
I want to go with chicken feed.
I'm going chicken feed.
Go
Okay.
with chicken feed.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm just
Go
laughing
with
at the
striped
stripe.
triangles, Utah.
I'm laughing at the striped
I got a feeling
triangles.
about this.
I don't think it's the answer, but striped triangles just cracks me up.
It was chicken feed to appeal to the
Yeah.
nation's rural roots. Candy corn was sold as chicken feed, and featured a picture of a rooster on the box.
Of course it did.
we
Wait,
talked about.
wait. There was a cock on the box.
Okay.
Okay.
How many millions of pounds of candy corn are sold each year?
Too many.
Right.
Not
We
enough.
got 5 million, 15 million, or 35 million.
35.
35 million.
Yeah.
What was the middle option? You know,
what was the middle one? 15.
What was
yeah,
the middle?
we'll go with the 15.
It was 35.
Yeah.
35 million.
Yeah, like
Insane.
Love it or
Cassandra
hate
and I
it,
said, too many.
they sell 35 million pounds a year. That's
I
a
buy it for
staggering
here.
9 billion kernels.
Oh yeah, do you actually?
I buy
Oh.
it for here for 2 purposes. Well,
Nice.
it used to be 1. Now
Right.
there's 2 this year. So I want to take you on a tour, but that'll be awkward. I make this stuff called spooky bark, which is an atrocity to my taste buds. But kids love it and adults love it. And if I only made what I liked, life would be boring. But it's white chocolate, crushed Halloween Oreos, candy corn, eyeballs. There's a couple other things in there. It's so cloyingly, disgustingly sweet. It hurts my feelings, but I do it for that. And now this year is our first year doing Halloween houses.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, we get gingerbread houses from a local guy every year for Christmas. This year he decided to put black molasses in them and make spooky houses, but I have to make the icing and the kits. So I had to buy more candy corn for that
For
venture.
decorating.
So I've had to buy more this year, and it like I said, it hurts my soul because that stuff belongs in the trash. But so I am contributing to that way too many pounds of that. Yeah, my daughter was like, I wouldn't even eat that. She is 10.
No, it's so gross. It's
My
so
son, that's
funny.
all he wanted. He walked in the door, saw me putting the kits together. He's like, I want that. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow, really, kid?
Yeah.
I've
Like,
tried to like candy corn. I really have. It just
I
isn't
tried
good.
and I cannot.
Here it's probably because you're eating it wrong. And this is a real statistic. This is a real poll that was done.
Do tell.
Most people nibble candy corn one color at a time. And it says
that's
43% start by nibbling the white part first.
Which is the smallest.
A full 47% pop the entire piece into their mouth at once. So, yeah.
What's the technical way?
I was going to say, what's the preferred way then?
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that's
okay.
the answer. Maybe
this is like the whole toilet paper on top or
maybe
below.
the answer is
just,
to eat it one color at a time.
Thank you. Yes,
I don't
it's
know.
up top. Yes, but
Beards are cool, mullets are bad.
Oh my gosh. That's a great way to put it for the toilet paper roll, because we're not
Again, it was another meme I saw and I thought it was hilarious because my daughter always puts it on backwards.
So
hey, at least you got the candy corn answer right. That's all I know.
So I know that you mentioned that Snickers is your favorite candy bar. I have to agree. That's my favorite as well. It's kind of close between that and a Baby Ruth. I like both of those. The peanuts, that's what I'm looking for, right? But do you know what the Snickers bar is named for? Is it named for a person, a dog, or a horse?
Oh, I was going to say it was named after the sound people made when the person that invented it said, "This is what I want to make for a candy bar." They went.
That's not one of the choices.
Darn it!
I totally thought the same thing because when we make house-made ones here, and we call them Snookers, and we were going to call them chortles. Like we were trying to come up with other laughter sounds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with horse because that's really weird.
It's got to be the word answer. I think it's got to be the horse.
It is. It's named after a racehorse that actually died 2 months before the bar made it to market. So
the horse never got to see it.
He never even got to know that the candy was named after him.
That's tragic.
And that was in 1930. 1930, they were selling Snickers bars.
Wow.
So I'm just going to last couple of these real quick. What is the Jolly Rancher named for? An ice cream shop, a guy who owned a ranch, or a ship?
Or a what?
A ship.
Oh, with a P.
Oh, okay. That is not what I thought you said.
Ship.
I'm so sorry.
It's a family show, Utah. Ship. Matt's not even on the show tonight, and
get it together.
We already had a.
I'm the terrible one. I'm so sorry.
Well, that was going to be my answer until you clarified the. Okay.
Okay, so we read the choices again.
Ice cream shop, a guy who owned a ranch, or a ship.
And
ship.
I'm going to go with the sea vessel.
The sea vessel. All right.
I am also going with sea vessel.
I'm gonna go with the ice cream shop for some reason.
It's going to be the rancher, isn't it?
It's the ice cream shop.
Oh.
You're right. A 1940s ice cream shop in Colorado.
It was named Jolly Rancher?
And then the shop owners realized that there was big money in hard candy, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Wow.
I own an ice cream shop, and I would have never gone with that.
Really? Yeah, it's interesting. What's your favorite Jolly Rancher candy, guys?
Red.
Flavor. Red. That's not a flavor.
And I gravitate towards cherry, strawberry, watermelon. Like
Same.
Same.
I said
blue.
it's not a flavor, but I'm totally
right,
the same
the
way.
blue raspberry. That's what I was getting ready to say. That's my favorite.
Yeah, whatever flavor the red one was. But I haven't had a Jolly Rancher in probably decades.
Well, now they're only I don't know. See, this is a good question. This is where we have the age differences here. When I was a kid, a Jolly Rancher
was a rectangle.
Was a big long stick, right? It was like a flat stick that was about this long, maybe about 4 or 5 inches long. And you pulled the wrapper down and you sucked on it.
No. The Jolly Rancher I'm thinking of was like a rectangular box-shaped candy was.
And they were like 10 cents. I would go down.
Wait, you're way older than me then.
That's not true.
How seasoned are you?
Say that again. How seasoned? Not as seasoned as Utah by a year. And I will continue to point that out every time.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
No, the Jolly Ranchers I'm thinking of are the hard candies that were box shaped and they came in the clear plastic.
Yeah, you had to unwrap the little thingy.
Yep, you have to unwrap either end and pop it in your mouth. And let the sugar coat your mouth.
Now people melt them down and make abominations out of weird things. Oh my God, we have.
What the heck is that?
What? That looks like the sour. What were they called? Airheads.
Yeah,
looks
but it
like
was hard. It's a hard candy, and it's and that and this is like a newer wrapper. Like this is not what it looked like.
I was going to say
young.
that looks modern.
Yeah,
I've
But
never
that
had
looks like
that.
what I
They still
remember
come that
Airheads
way.
looking like.
Look at that. It comes in a box that looks like toothpaste.
And then there's
Well,
squares.
the Jolly
and then
Rancher
there's-
gummies, those are good.
Yeah.
I never had the gummies.
I
But
feel
yeah,
so.
I would buy the sticks. They were like 5 to 10.
There we
5 to
go.
10 cents.
That's what I'm talking about. That picture right there.
These right here.
Yeah.
That.
That's a Jolly Rancher I remember. That's a
Well,
Jolly
that's what they are now too. I mean, that's kind of the popular.
I never saw the big long one, long flat one.
You know what? Maybe it was just for us hillbillies.
Was
down
it just
in,
West Virginia?
and
No, I
that's
don't.
how it was when I was. Well, not maybe it was when the hillbillies who are seasoned like me,
Seasoned hillbillies.
seasoned hillbillies had sticks for 10 cents at the gas station when I was picking up cigarettes for my dad. No, I'm kidding. That's not what I did.
Back then, they wouldn't sell them the little tyke. Jeff.
They would actually back
They
then.
would
You could
actually,
go down
it
to the
wouldn't
store and pick
matter.
them up for your parents. That's what we were just talking about that yesterday. Too funny. Okay, yeah, Jay can confirm that they were
like
shaped like a tangy
taffy.
taffy. So
Yeah.
Jay is
Huh.
a seasoned hillbilly also.
Never-
Apparently.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh
That's
man,
so weird.
too funny. Well, you know what? We're going overtime a little bit, but I want to take this time to thank Cassandra for being on the show. It was so fun to talk to you.
it was great
Really,
to
you guys
see you.
need to go out and check out her store. If you're in the Cleveland area, you got to go. You got to go there because it's awesome. But then you can also order stuff beyond. So tell people how they can find you if they're not in Cleveland, and if they are, and how they can get your candy.
Okay, so if you're in Cleveland, you can come into 15208 Madison Avenue in Lakewood. If you're in Cleveland and some people just don't want to drive places, or outside of Cleveland, you can go to fearsconfections.com. And if you want to be entertained with the ridiculous things that we do constantly, we are available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And we make like some silly videos and things too. But
TikTok.
yeah,
Now
I just made a video yesterday. It's super ridiculous, and
Well, those are the best
I'm
kind.
getting my feet wet there. So
So is it just at Fierce Confections at all those places, or is it?
everything but like Instagram, when I signed up for it because I'm seasoned, is Fierce Confection with no S
Oh.
because
Oh,
they
interesting.
didn't have enough characters then. I don't know if they do
Gotcha.
now. But
Right.
Facebook and Twitter are Fierce Confections. TikTok is Fierce Confections. So we're pretty easy to find. You can also email us at fierceconfections@gmail. So
There's the answer to
Yeah.
Betty Pete's question earlier. What is
The
the
IG.
Instagram
Yep.
for your shop? So they asked that at the beginning. So I wanted to make sure that we got to that question before the end. Thank you so much. Like I said, this candy is awesome. I'm gonna have to
It's
share
such
some of
fantastic
these with my
stuff.
family now. I did buy a bunch when I was there.
Stop rubbing it in, Jeff.
Yeah.
But the thing is with this TARDIS and Daleks, like it's like art. Like I don't want to open it. Like I feel like
Jeff, you
if
should
I
have bought
eat that-
two. You got to buy
I
two.
have people that do that. I have people who
I
have
believe
ordered,
it.
like, especially the Falcon. The Millennium Falcon is like probably our most popular Star Wars. They have ordered it 6+ years ago and have it sitting on their mantle or still in their freezer.
Wow.
And I imagine it has to look like garbage by now. I'm like, we're
Yeah.
still here. You can come get another one. Like, please stop.
Yeah, I
And
feel
please,
like you
for the love of God, don't eat that.
don't eat it, right?
Yeah, don't
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, when do you? So before
Yeah,
you go, tell
what's
us
the
like,
expiration date? Yeah.
When would this be bad for me to eat?
So the
I want
solid
to sit
stuff.
on this before I eat it. Well, I
The
don't want to
solid
sit on it.
stuff
It'll melt
per
right
my supplier, everything solid is good for about 6 months.
Okay.
And then my stuff that has our house-made fillings and our gourmet fillings that we do, we don't add any preservatives or anything. So most of those are at a month or less. Some stuff's a little longer, some stuff's a little shorter. But yeah, if you're one of the people who wants to keep something for 6 years, please don't
Eat it.
get hungry one day and decide to do that to yourself or me. I don't want my name on that.
Right.
Yeah.
They
I
should,
will
they should
probably eat it
bronze it.
sooner than that. I don't think it'll last that long in
Yeah.
this house.
How can you like stare at that for 6 years and just be like,
Aaliyah,
okay,
have you
with not
seen
eating
that
it?
chocolate falcon? That
Yeah,
chocolate
Yes.
falcon is a
pretty
work
cool.
of art.
I'm telling you though, look at
And
that
people are like,
TARDIS,
"Do you
like the
sculpt
detail
that?"
on this TARDIS. Let me
Do
try
you
to.
sculpt that? Yes, I said I
I was like,
said
yes, it's $3 because I spent 3 hours sculpting it. No,
Each
like
one
that's
is-
not. It would be $30. Like no way.
and it would be worth it.
But it's so cool. Like it's not like it's perfect. Like there's no like I don't know.
Those are
It's
great
awesome.
molds. Yeah, they look really great.
I know.
I can't wait to eat it
Thank
now.
you.
I guess I'm going to. Thanks so much for being on the show. I do want to tell folks about that's just me on the screen again.
Why
I
do
did
you-
this again.
We need to fire our producer.
I do, right? Exactly. I do want to tell folks about some things that are upcoming. We've got game night is coming back. We lied last week and said it was coming back last week. But we're not lying this week. It's actually coming back. We're teaming up with the folks at Circle of Nerds actually to play some Jackbox games. Jackbox
Pack.
Jackbox Party Pack 8. Brand new, right? Literally dropped last Thursday or 2 Thursdays recently. And so we are playing it for the first time as a team of friends here. So we'll be joined by Circle of Nerds again, which by the way, I'm wearing one of their
Oh, you're wearing one of the shirts.
that I won.
And I'm their Aunt Beru from Star Wars on some of their stuff.
That's right. She's been on with Circle of Nerds too.
That's right.
So they'll be here with us along with Utah and Aaliyah, probably a couple other people. We may have a larger group for this first show back. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be on Tuesdays now. So it's moved to Tuesdays, and that's all Utah's fault. So if you really liked it on Thursdays, I'm kidding. But yeah, we wanted to make sure that we could accommodate the schedules and make sure that everybody could play. So it's gone to Tuesdays. And then next week, like I said, Halloween. Basically, Aaliyah and Utah are not going to be on the show next week. So
yeah, we're going to get candy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They will be trick-or-treating. Obviously, Cassandra will not be on it because that's your busiest day, right? And you do have something going on Halloween, right? Tell us what that is.
It's not my busiest day, but my neighborhood stinks and there are no children and there's nothing fun to do. And so this is our 8th year, we actually hand out our candy. We hand out little Halloween suckers to all the kids that come by, and then my in-laws babysit the store, and we take our kids through Lakewood because it is like reminiscent of me trick-or-treating in the 80s in this neighborhood. So we take them over here. So we will be handing out candy from 6 to 8 on Halloween. Yeah.
So you can get that'd be a fun time to go and visit.
And we're closed Sundays and Mondays normally. We're only open for special events, so don't.
Right.
We're only here 6 to 8 next week.
Awesome. But we will still have a show next week. I am actually going to be having a film discussion with someone. So this is actually kind of fascinating. There is a movie called As the Earth Turns. It's a silent movie that was made back in 1938 by a guy named Robert H. Lyford, who later on went on to work for Disney and won Oscars and stuff like that. But he had this unknown silent movie that he made when he was 20 years old, all by himself not by himself. He had actors and other stuff. He was really talented guy.
He did everything on his own.
But you can imagine student films and, as somebody who's made those kinds of films and shorts and really, carried that, VHS camera around in the 80s that I was going to be making movies and and instead of hosting podcasts, but someday maybe. But this movie, he was 20 years old, and again in 1937, he's making a movie that is a silent film that would go on to basically kind of disappear. Nobody even knew about it. It's been recently uncovered, and the guy who helped uncover it and composed a brand new score for it is going to be on the show. Ed Hartman will be with us, and it's going to premiere on Turner Classic Movies at midnight on Halloween. So he's got a whole junket of people that he's talking to, and because we're on the East Coast, he was willing to come talk to me. So it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to have that discussion as a film buff. I'm really looking forward to it. I've already had a chance to see the movie. It's called As the Earth Turns. And again, it's a silent film by Richard H. Lyford and Ed Hartman, the composer of the music. He's done independent films and has had his music in some shows, things like that. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So we will still have a show. Please come and watch it. If you can't, check it out on the podcast the next day. As you know, we always drop the audio the next day, and you can find it on all your favorite podcast players. Thanks again for joining us. We hope that you will join us next time. This has been World Gone Geek. The podcast is real. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube
stuff.
and all the
And
places.
TikTok.
Everything.
That's right.
And the
We'll see you guys
tiki-taki.
next time.
Thanks for having me.
Go see Dune.
Bye.